feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you. If you're my peers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, we're going to be focusing on whether or not if the election was held today, the 2022 midterm was held today, in what way and what direction will the races go. So we're going to find out in this specific video. Everything will be time-stamped in the description below. Now, I do have a quick announcement before we do go ahead and go forward with the rest of the video. I do want to quickly give you a few announcements. So let's just pull them up on your screen right now. Okay. So the first announcement that I really want to tell you guys about, I know a lot of you guys, for some of you guys who's been with me for quite a while now, you may have remembered that I talked about last year about Halloween, or Trumpoween as we call it. This is alluding to the Michael Myers Halloween series. Ironically enough, it is how Trumpoween ends. It's how Trump reigned ends. So if you want to participate, this is going to be premiering on my birthday, so October 30th at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you are interested in participators, make sure you don't forget to hit the notification button so you'll be notified when this is coming. And also, if you wanted to, you can also feel free to submit a question. If you're not going to be able to attend, make sure you submit your question beforehand on my YouTube video website, and you guys can be able to send your question there. All about Trump, you can send as many as you like, and we'll cover them all in that specific video, because that will be the last video where we talk about Trump till the day of whenever that time comes. So we will be talking about that in that specific video. So if you want to participate, I highly recommend you do so. If you also as well are interested in the last 3 series, like I said, this has been alluding to the Trump series. You can indeed type in Trumpoween into the YouTube search bar, and you will find Day 1 Trumpoween Tower Special. This is from last year, 11 months ago. You can find The People Fight Back Trumpoween Special from last year, and then we also covered as well is, where's the other one? And Day 2 Trump Fights Back Trumpoween Tower Special. So if you guys are interested in kind of following the series, I highly recommend you do so. It's different, it's interesting, especially when you want to compare what happened 11 months ago to now. So yeah, if you guys are interested. Before we do start, I do want to quickly tell you one more thing. If you guys are interested in joining the Halloween special that we have on October 29th, what Halloween topic are you guys interested in? So far, 60% of you guys chose the Wishes in Salem. So go to my community page and make sure you vote, and we'll find out who will be the victor in the coming days, and I'll let you guys know what time we'll be doing that live stream. So we'll be having fun on the 29th. All right, let's just get into this because I don't want to keep you here any longer than I have to. Okay, so let's do this. So this is being recorded on October 25th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is almost 4:50, so it is almost 5. But here's the current news cycle on Google. So you can kind of see the current news cycle, so I can show you proof that this is indeed when this is taking place, when this video is being recorded. Okay. Here's some quick disclaimers on your screen right now. Feel free to pause the video if you want to read them on your own time. Again, this video is just for entertainment purposes only and for education purposes only as well. All right, let's begin. Okay, so the first question that we have here is, what party is more popular, the Republicans or the Democrats? Let's take a look. Spirit Angels, tell me what political party is more popular, the Democrats or the Republican, in terms of the popular vote margin. Now, I'm going to show you guys the popular vote margin that we got last month. If you look at the popular vote margin that we got last month, it was the Democrats ahead by 5.5. And I did add the formula here so you guys are able to see the formula and how I'd be able to get this. Last time we had the Democrats at 55.5% to Republican 44.5%, with a 5.5% lead. The question is, with all the new information and data coming out, well, how are the Democrats going to fare with the news of inflation and economy going through a recession following next year. Okay, so Democrats, Republicans, okay, left, right. Spirits Angel, tell me on the Democrat side here, are they as how are they doing in the popular vote in terms of the popular vote, Spirits Angel? How are the Democrats doing? Okay. And how are the Republicans doing in the popular vote? Okay. So what we have here, how we do this is reverse means they lose. So whatever the number is, they lose, and then whatever is upright, they gain. So okay, so it looks like to me that it seems to be equal. It seems like 1% is lost from the Democrats and it goes to the Republican. So we're going to put that in the data right now. Okay, we'll hold it up on your screen. Okay, so we're going to take this and put 54.5%, and we're going to make the Republicans 45.5%. Okay, and we're going to do the math right now. It should be, if I'm correct, should be a 4.5. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 54.5 minus 45.5. We get 9%. We minus that by 2, and that is 4.5% lead for the Democrats. So we're going to copy that here. Oops. Not too bad, but still a significant drop. It looks to me as of right now, we're going to get the data and final results next month. We have about 2 weeks exactly to get the results on who is going to win the midterms. So we'll find that out in 2 weeks. Okay, so we are going to go to the U.S. Senate. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to ask is who is going to win the U.S. Senate. So last month in September, we got 53 senators to the Democrats to the 47 Republicans with a Democratic victory. So it will continue in the trend from August 2022 with 61 senators to 39 Republican. However, that had significantly dropped since then. The question is the trend going to continue, and are the Democrats going to be able to hold on to the Senate if the election was held today? We're going to find out right now. Oops. Okay, so that's what we're going to find out right now. And then at the end of the video, we're going to ask what the overall thing going to be happening, events that are going to be taking place with the midterm. So Spears Hansel, tell me who will win the United States Senate if the election was held today, October 25th, 2022. If the election was held today, what way will the U.S. Senate go? And if so, by how big or how small of a margin for the Democrats and the Republicans? Okay, that was a lot, but we'll take it. Okay, upright. World culture. We have inauguration day challenges. These are all challenges, so I have to give you them. Yeah, this is Biden. Yike. Okay, so I guess we're going to do this first. So overall view of the 2022 midterm election, what is happening. So this is going to be like a preview, pre-contact, before we actually answer the question later on in the video. So we have your scientific revolution. And so in this aspect of scientific evolution, it's talking about really the healthcare department, but also technology, energy, right? But it is also as well, it's talking about babies. So particularly women's rights, your rights to your DNA, right? Government cannot tell you if they own or not own your DNA. We also do have here as well, we do have the roll culture, which does say yes. So I guess here in terms of the overall view midterm, roll culture does also top in one of the top issues for a lot of voters when it comes to the midterm. So it does show here that baby, science, or energy, and also the right to your own body, Woke culture is playing a big role here. We also have gun rights as a big challenge. I think that happened now with what happened in Missouri recently. So I think this has showed up on the scene last minute. We do have the potentiality of election fraud or claims about fraud. Was it going to be challenging this election? We do have Democrat flip. However, the Democrats currently hold it. But the card that was behind it before I flipped it was born leader, which Biden technically is. If you by all means, he is technically a born president because nobody really gets entertained by him. We do have here as well another challenge, the entertainment industry. So really it's talking about entertainment in terms of being able to afford to go out and be able to enjoy the things that you can do. So a lot of people are, in terms of leisure, are not spending as much in terms of having fun because they cannot afford to be able to do so. We do have here as well as one of the major key things is troubled leader. Right, in this case will be Biden, because Biden has a lot of baggage. Not that it's his fault, but when he comes into the presidency, it is considered baggage, his baggage. That includes the economy and inflation. We do have here historical presidents or historical leaders. It is sideways. So it is a challenge, and the challenge is to owning your right to your own body, but also the woke culture. So there is some sort of movement going on, but this movement is historical. So it can be once in a lifetime. It had never took place in the United States. So it'll be really interesting to see how this will play out. What it is also talking about that this is going to lead the way for a third party in the future. So that is what I see as an overview. See this more as a prequel to the actual question that's going to be answered later on in this video. So now the next question that we're going to ask is who's going to win the U.S. Senate? I apologize about jumping ahead, but it was what I had to tell you guys. So I just wanted to make sure you guys got that information. All right, so Spirit Angels, tell me, who will win the 2022 U.S. Senate? Who's going to win, Democrat or Republican, come this 2022 midterm? Who's going to win? Flip it? Okay. Who's going to win the U.S. midterm, Spirits and Angels? In terms of the U.S. Senate, who's going to win the U.S. Senate with 51%, 51 seats for the majority? Democrat or Republican? Okay. Who's going to win the U.S. Senate? Who's going to win the U.S. Senate? Okay, we're gonna keep going until we actually get a winner, so we kind of know the margin. Tight now. Okay, so we have 50-50 Senate. So this is what we're looking at right here, 50-50. Okay, so we have Republicans lose. Okay, so now we know the winner. So we know the Democrats are going to hold on to the Senate, but it looks like it's going to get closer. So there is high turnout if you have not been paying attention. Okay. So yeah, there's going to be third-party support. So this might be the rise or the start of a third party. So definitely keep note of that. We do have here Senate up for grab. It's almost like it's predetermined. Yeah, we have a Democrat win. So this also clarifies and gives further confirmation. So yeah, I'm going to say the Democrats are going to win. Okay. The U.S. Senate are going to hold on. Okay. I'm going to do 3 more cards. If I don't get any more, we'll, what to call it? I will ask again. Okay, so you got 60, 39, 1. Okay, we got 61, 39. There's no way they're going to get that margin. I can tell you that right off the bat. There's no way. We have incumbency. This means that the party in power stays in power. So this is also further confirmation here. 56, 44. And last one, 50-50. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the data here. We're going to add up 50 plus 60 plus 61 plus 56 plus 50 and divide it by 5, which is 5 cards, and that would be the average. So we're going to do that right now. As you see on your screen, you're going to be able to see along what I do, okay? So 50 plus 60 plus 61 plus 56 plus 50. So you should get 277 divided by 2. Oops. 277 divided by 5, excuse me. And it's 55.4 seats. So it appears to me that the Democrats go up slightly. I'm just going to give them 55, and then we're going to give the Republicans 45. It looks like the Republicans lost 2 seats and the Democrats gained 2 seats. But it's not projecting that the Democrats are going to automatically have 55 seats if the election was held today, but it is telling you that it is going to increase the overall average to a higher number for the Democrats. So this is just going to further help the Democrats in terms of energy movements. Okay. So we're going to take a look at the House here. So if you look on your screen, we do have the House results. And I was a little bit worried because I wasn't sure if the Democrats were ever going to break the cycle. The very strong cycle for the Republicans was led for entirely of an entire year while I was doing this every month. They led for 12 months straight, as you can see. So well, we're going to do the same exact thing, but for the Republicans in terms of the House of Representatives. So in August of 2022, we finally had a Democratic projection for the House if the election was held then. Then it will continue by September 2022. But now we're going to ask about October if the election was held today with the midterm favor the Democrats or the Republicans. With all the new information coming out, it looks like to me it might favor the Republicans, but we're going to find out right now. Now, again, it does take 30 days for the cycle to complete itself with the news of the inflation, so it may not show up until the November reading that I do for it. So, Spirit Angels, tell me who will win the 2022 House of Representatives, and if so, by how much would they win? Okay, thank you. We have the challenge here. So it's the first time we got sideways, so it's going to be this margin, which is 198 to 215 seats for the House of Representatives. Okay. Spirit Angel Tommy, who will win the 2022 House of Representatives if the midterm was held today? What would be the margin? And if so, how much would they win by or lose by? Okay. Okay, that's a lot of cards that just flew sideways. All right. The American Revolution, leans Republican. Okay, so we have incumbency factor. We have New World Order, shadow government, pandemic, twin states, climate change. Okay, so who will win the 2022 House of Representatives? It's going to be a little bit more chaotic than the U.S. Senate. And the reason for that is particularly because there are going to be some underlying factors that are going to play a major role. So if a candidate in terms of a politician is already in office, chances are they will stay in office. So if you think about Marjorie Taylor Greene, she will win re-election just based on the simple fact that she's an incumbent. Now, if you don't know what incumbent means, it just means the party in power stays in power. It's basically incumbency but short term. So we have New World Order here, which is the shadow government. It's the conspiracy theories behind it. So the conspiracy theory can be one of the driving factors for the House of Representatives. So I feel like in a way, the Senate is not necessarily going to be considered the upset, but if the Democrats win the House of Representatives, it's going to be considered an upset and almost like election was stolen from the Republicans. And so that is what's going to be perpetuating. We do have here 1776 and 1812, American Revolution. So if you guys have not been paying attention, they've been very interestingly enough, been portraying themselves as the American patriots or people who are protecting America by dressing up as American soldiers from the 1776. I don't really know how to describe it, but they call themselves Americana. So it is very interesting. We do also have here as well is the pandemic does play a major role, and that is because of the loss of Donald Trump, right, the former president. So this is also talking about the corruption, and I would definitely say it does feel like, in a way, Trump may come into the scene with the House of Representatives and maybe potentially cry that there was some sort of fraud going on. But again, this video is just for entertainment purposes only. We do have the state of Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, and New Hampshire are still going to be major states that really focus on and who's going to really determine who's going to win the House of Representatives. But you also have here climate change is going to play a big role here. So, like a state like Florida that's been hit very hard by Hurricane Ian, it's really going to play a major role in the factor of Governor DeSantis' election to victory, whether or not he's going to win re-election, along with Marco Rubio. So, climate change is going to play a major role here in this specific election, particularly in certain aspects in certain regions of the United States. So, now we got that squared out. We do have here Republicans are leading in the House of Representatives. But what's really interesting, though, is that incumbency. So it says, in a way, the Republicans are going to hold. The thing is, they don't hold the House of Representatives. They need to win back the House of Representatives. So the question is, why is the tarot card telling me that the Republicans are going to hold the House of Representatives when they actually indeed don't hold it? It's the Democrats who hold it. So what's really interesting to me is that it is kind of telling me that this is talking about districts in where Republicans are the incumbent and they're going up against a Democrat. What it is telling you that those races lean Republican. And so that means that they are more likely to win that district than a Democrat, because the Democrat does not lead in that state. Doesn't mean it's outright a victory. It's just saying that, warning you right now, the Republicans are ahead in those districts. And that is what it is saying. But in the end, if they have enough of those, they will take back the House. Now, let's add it up. So now we have 215 and 198. Right? We have 217 to 222 seats. We have 270 to 315 seats. And that's it. So we only have 3 cards, it appears to be. Yeah, and we'll just add this one as well. 215 to 2022. 215 to 222. I told you to say in 2022, but it's 222. I'm sorry. That's what we have here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to add that in. But before we do, I'm going to ask my tarot cards and ask just to clarify what this means. Just so we kind of know who is going to get the big margin, who's going to get the lower margin. The Spirits and Angels tell me, who will win the 2022 House of Representatives if the midterm was held today? Democrat or Republican? More blue means Democrat, more red means Republican. Reverse means loss. Upright means win. We're going to keep going until we get like more blue. Okay. More blue or red. But in this case, we have more blue. So it'll be a Democrat. Because the red card in this aspect would be the Justice card. Or even the Emperor. Justice or Emperor. But I don't see the red card coming up. Where is the red card? Yeah, I don't even know where that is. But it was here. So, oh, here it is. That would be considered Republican as well. But that card didn't come up, so the blue card did. So we're going to put this as for the Democrats. So the Democrats are going to win. Well, we'll see. We'll see. See if they get 218. Put this back on your screen here. So if you want to follow along with me, you can do so. We're going to do 215 plus 225 plus 315 plus 222. You should get 977. And you're going to divide that by 4 because there's 4 cards here. And for the Democrats, we are going to project 244 seats for the Democrats here. 244. Now, that's not projecting that Democrats are going to outright win in terms of 244, because that's not going to happen. But it is telling you here that the Democrats are just going to be adding to the margin, even though they dropped 40 seats from last September. So you can definitely see the trend is favoring Republicans. You can see that already. The trend has dropped. So the Democrats have lost 40. The question is, will Republicans gain above 239? Sees what they got last time. Let's take a look. So we got 198 plus 217 plus 270 plus 215. You should get 900. And you should divide that by 4. And you should get 225. So no, it looks like the Republicans are actually underperforming as well compared to September. But nonetheless, we are going to project that the Democrats are going to continue the cycle for a third time in a row with Democratic victory in the House of Representatives. So we are projecting a win for the Democrats in the House. So if you have not already, make sure you guys go and vote. We're going to go quickly to average. I can put this all away, and we can do an overall view of the midterm right after the commercial. Let's do this one. Have you ever wondered how you can submit a question or a video request? Well, I will show you in this commercial how you can do that. So you go to my channel, you click on any of my uploads or any recent videos that you may see, and you go to the description. As you can clearly see, I already clicked on a previous video. You scroll down and you click right here where it says submit your question, topic, or video request here. You can also add in links and information that you would like to add in. You can ask at least 10 and you can keep resubmitting as many as you would like. You'll click that link and it will take you to my website. And this is what my website looks like. You can book a reading with me. You can find me email, other information along with my YouTube channel. You will click submit your video request here and you will click on that. And it will take you to a Google form where you guys can fill out and be able to put all your questions here. So thank you all for coming, and I'll just turn you right back to your content right now. Okay, so welcome back, guys. We're going to quickly go over and kind of go from a bird's eye view about what is going to be happening in terms of the 2022 midterm overall, what to expect, what we may see, what timeline may occur, what may happen. This is all speculation, just based on what I see in the cards. Doesn't mean it's all going to come true. If at all, it might just be reading energy or people's thought process during the midterms. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. So don't freak out. Don't get worried. Just positive thoughts, right? All right. So the deck that we're going to be using is a brand new deck. I will put the link to this deck in the description below if you are interested. It's called America Eclipse. I think this is the right deck to use, particularly because there is an eclipse that will end on election day. And particularly if you have not been watching on my channel about the midterms and stuff like that, I talked about how an eclipse is going to hide a specific group of voters that will not be revealed until election day. And I think the best way to really gauge those voters and kind of find out the event that might be occurring will be using a specific deck. So if you guys are interested, definitely check the description below. And I will put the link and also the prices to buy his deck. So, Spirit Angel, tell me, can you give me an overview of what's going to happen in the 2022 midterms, like from a bird's eye perspective, events, anything that I need to know to tell my viewers what is it that we need to be expecting or what might occur? But it's very hard to use this deck. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, maybe I should definitely use this deck on a flash surface if you ask me. Okay. So Spirit Angel, tell me about the 2022 midterms. What should we expect going forward? Events, how people may vote, winners or losers. What's going to happen with the 2022 midterm after the eclipse has ended? So we're going to cut it 3 times. Okay. Okay, I can't keep this deck upright, so I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna move somewhere else. Okay, so this is the bottom deck. Okay, this is the bottom card. So what we have here, the first card that comes up is Capricorn 40. What it is kind of hinting to, if you guys have not watched my previous video when I was using this deck, this card also came up in that Capricorn. Now, I've been thinking a little bit more about this. I think this might be relating to Taiwan or China. It might be potentially that there might be some sort of conflict that may occur going forward right after this midterm takes place. It is possible that China intervenes and does something, but in a way, I do see China being a heavy, big influencer. In some way or some form, it might be war the thought of a potentiality of going towards China. So there might be information that may come out about that, but it is a very strong possibility that China may actually challenge Taiwan. We do have some sort of corruption scheme going on, and it does involve domestic terrorists. I'm seeing something in the Caribbean. It could be Haiti again, because Haiti did have something going on there, like that, when I think they assassinated the president and something going on. But it almost feels like the energy of Haiti, but it's not. And this is the card that comes out. We have the Five of Swords. And it feels like war occurs, like some sort of big thing is going on that kind of really shift the focus from economy inflation to something entirely different. And that might be because of war. And if you guys are not familiar, the terminology that people during a wartime president, people tend to come together united and back the president, whether they agree or disagree with them, just to prevent some sort of disintegration of some sort. And that is what's kind of being hinted here. But I'm also seeing Ukraine as well. So I do see that leader. I forgot his name, but I do see him in this specific card. But it is also indicating domestic terrorists or domestic violence that's going to occurring. I feel like in a way it might actually be one of the domestic terrorist organizations in the United States, and specifically might be tied to a foreign country. It might potentially be funded or even be helped to get more members involved in that type of behavior. We do have the World card upside down, and the World card does come in reverse. And what it is indicating here that America and the world in general, I don't know why I say America, but the world in general is going through a dark time period. Right, which is why it's reversed. And you kind of see the stars are in the top or the bottom in this case, and the darkness is floating. And what it kind of feels like, we're going through a cycle right now of darkness for everybody. We're going through that darkness cycle. For the next card that follows, though, we have the Chariot. And we have Tulsi Gabbard, Bernie Sanders, and we also have Elizabeth Warren. And if you don't know or don't remember, Tulsi Gabbard had announced recently that she is no longer a part of the Democratic Party. And there has been some sort of strong indicators that show that she is working as a spy for another country. And I'll talk about that in another video and how I talked about that specifically back in 2020. And we'll go a little bit more in depth with that in the future. But what it is indicating here, that the progressive view of life is starting to disintegrate. That way of being able to help everybody isn't becoming plausible anymore. It's becoming impossible. What we do have here, there is going to be a major shift in religion. We do have here Hanukkah used to be celebrated, but it is reversed in this aspect, and Islam become the new norm. Right? And this is the reverse here. Islam, Judaism. But it is reversed, and what this is indicating to me right here is that during this eclipse, because if you look at the Islamic symbol here, we have the eclipse being shown. Right? But it also is having a lot of wind being spun around in a circle like a tornado or a cyclone. That's playing a big role here. We do have, it is indicated around Hanukkah season for the Judaism holidays, Jews holidays. Jewish holiday, excuse me, that's how I'm supposed to pronounce it. For the Jewish holidays, that's going to be a key time frame for a certain event to take place. So definitely keep an eye out about the Jewish holidays and see what events might be taking place around that time period. I don't know when the next Jewish holiday is, but whenever that is, there's going to be something at play here. But we also have the bottom of the deck here. We do have medicine, Medicare, Medicaid. We do have credit card here, bills, being unable to afford it, but while also people are going out and golfing. So it is talking about the disparity between the rich and poor. And what this is indicating to me is indicating that, people are going to be struggling financially. And I feel like, in a way, war doesn't help that. It just makes it more difficult in whatever aspect that is. And I want to get a little bit more of a detailed description right now using my own deck to kind of see if we can get more of a detailed picture, so to speak. Spirit Angels, tell me what else is going to be happening and going on around the 2022 midterms. Are there any key events or things that might be occurring? Okay, so like I said earlier, that there is going to be a strong indication that a third party is going to start gaining support. We do have the two parties does dominate, but there is going to be some sort of formation or beginning of a third party. We do have here no to woke culture, right? I talked about that earlier as well. We do have the American Revolution 1765 to 1791. It is reversed with the 19 colonies. It is reversed. So it's reversed. It is telling you here as well that since this is reversed, you flip it. And it is saying here that the Senate is up for grabs. Like we said, we talked about how the Senate is decreasing in terms of power for the Democrats overall. Even though they just gained 2 seats, it is decreasing on an average level. We do have here, though, as well, is that we do have in terms of the House of Representatives, we do have the Republicans are unable to flip it as of right now. But these specific states are going to be the deciding factor for the Senate. So we have Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, and Pennsylvania are the swing states. So the Rust Belt, after, they voted for Trump in 2016 and they voted for Biden, and now they're going to have to make the choice. Do they like the policies under Biden? Do they like the policies under Trump? And that's going to be a very key indicator on how the rest of the country is going to go. So definitely focus on those states, but this is also indicating as well as the House of Representatives seats. Yeah. And lastly, but not the least, we do have the swing state decides election of 2000. They're going to tell me here that the election with Marco Rubio and Val Demings in that Senate race, but also simultaneously as well as Ron DeSantis versus Charlie Crist, is going to be very, very tight, specifically the handling of Hurricane Ian. So that's going to be a very key indicator. I don't really see anything else going on, so I'm not going to read any further. But I do hope you guys like this video and get the like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.